I'm glad I went. I got a league winners medal and stuff like that. So fans are great. It's a good club.
Yeah, just talking about that, obviously that league winning season, we only played until March, but through the time that you were playing, did you always have that belief that you go on and get promoted?
Yeah, I think there was a game sort of throughout that mid part where I think it was a comeback. We come back from we were losing like 1-0 or something like that away to someone like Stevenage or something like that. I wasn't even playing, but that when we scored, there was that sort of belief like we can win the league here. Like and that belief was there throughout the season, really. Even from day one in pre-season, you could just tell that you had a good group. Everyone was like close. You just knew that something good was going to happen. Obviously, the gaffer was excellent as well with the way that he got us playing and stuff. So yeah.
Was that was that very much the aim right from the get-go from the manager? This season we're going to get promoted. Was that always laid out very clearly to yourselves?
Yeah, well, he laid it out to me when I signed. He said, I want to get promoted. And there was even a chance that we would have that first season that I joined. We weren't far off the playoffs, but it wasn't like his squad. So like he sort of took that squad over and he was just starting to build his own. And then at the end of the season, start of the next one, he literally there was loads of players out of contract and he let them all go and then basically just rebuilt the whole team to how we wanted it. And it worked. Yeah, and he said to the boys that he said, I want promotion. And all the boys who joined were lads that wanted promotion. Like everyone wanted it. I know that it's a weird thing to say that some players don't. Some players, like, they're quite happy just to play, but everyone was hungry for it.
There's always great stories from promotion winning sides and things like that. I mean, any stories that you can actually say on camera, Tom?
from you know what? Year? Obviously, because it was COVID, we didn't really get a chance to celebrate properly.
No.
So like when I found out we'd actually been awarded the title, I was in IKEA. I was shopping in IKEA for furniture, and you just sort of see it. Oh yeah, like buzzing. We'd done like a Zoom call that night and stuff like that. And like everyone was having a beer, and it was just.
Was it not a sudden was it not a sudden a really big yes in the middle of IKEA?
No, it wasn't because like it was sort of built up that you kind of knew it was going to happen.
Right.
So I'm a little. Everyone was a bit gutted about the way that it come about because you want that last game of the season, whistle goes, fans running on the pitch, and it didn't happen. But then obviously. They're like, oh, we're going to get together when we can and we'll arrange something. And we all went to the stadium. Get off. The dog's going nuts right there. Always wanting to play. We went to the stadium and stuff. It was a nice sunny day and like the club got a load of drinks for us and like pizza and stuff like that. But by then it had gone. Do you know what I mean? Like no one was really like it had sunk in. No one was like elated and then we ended up having a trip to Marbella as well, which was a good trip. Like, can't share some of the stories there. The lads won't be happy, but that was good. But even then, it was like it already sunk in. It was more just like a lads' holiday.
Yeah,
it wasn't like we were celebrating. Some people were spraying like bottles and stuff about, but that ain't me. That ain't for me, no.
Because obviously we saw on social media that. You were awarded the League Two title, and there was a socially distanced photo with all you and the boys, and you were taking kind of your own photos with it. I mean, that is a very proud moment to lift the League Two title and have photos with it and things like that. But was it almost a surreal moment, the fact of when you're lining up to take those photos, it's not one big photo, it's a socially distanced photo of you and the boys of it being taken together?
Yeah, it was disappointing because they said that families were allowed to go as well.
Right.
And then like the day before it changed and they weren't allowed to go. So, you're getting that trophy and things like that. You're all socially distanced. It was just like, it was just like, yeah, cheers. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, it was a proud moment, but it should have been so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the manager at the time saying, like, to the fans, you know, when it's all over, we'll get to celebrate properly together and things like that. But like, we still didn't even get to do that because it's all still going on now.
Yeah.
I don't think the fans will want to celebrate it now either.
I'm sure to be honest, that they probably look back on that campaign and winning a League Two title is something that you can be proud of, isn't it? Because not many people can look at their CV and look on it and they've got a winners title sitting there.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And you know, even during that season, I didn't play as many games as I wanted to. I was sort of in and out, but I played some important games, like Crewe, Northampton. Like they were big games, and you know, if we didn't win them games, we wouldn't have even been awarded the title with points per game.
Yeah.
So as much as I was gutted to not have played as many games as I wanted, like I was proud to have been a part of it. And like you say, not many people have that. They've had a career of like 15, some 20 years and not won a league. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm proud of.
You mentioned the manager a minute ago. The manager at the time, anyway, was of course Richie Wellens. Yeah, give us your thoughts on Richie.
I remember speaking to him actually, because obviously everyone sort of thought that we didn't get on and things like that. He was a cutthroat manager. Like he said what he thought, and obviously sometimes he'd say comments that I didn't like and things like that. But we always got on. I thought he was an excellent manager, especially tactically. Like I remember we'd do shape and patterns of play, and he'd sort of stand in the middle and like say, right, like play it like this, and he'd be putting passes through the lines that no one would even see. And it just made us such a good team because we'd worked so much on like our patterns of play and how we want to play and things like that. And like that side of it, like you couldn't fault it. You couldn't fault him at all. And obviously that showed on the pitch. Obviously, like the way he acts isn't necessarily my kind of character that I like, but you don't need to necessarily like each other to work well together. You know, he got on well with certain other players better and other players not as good, but he'd done the job that he was meant to do. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure he'll go on and manage at the top level because he is a great manager.
Yeah, of course, just expanding on that, Richie Wellens, he left Swindon a few months into this season, of course, going to Salford. Did that move come as a surprise to you? You know, how was that broken to you as a player?
It comes as a bit of a surprise because I think at the time, like there was speculation and stuff like that, and he sort of come out and like was like, I'm committed to Swindon, all that. But when a team like Salford, and you know that the gaffer lives in Manchester and he loves being up there, the boys were like, he's gonna go. Like, you wouldn't blame him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'd live down Swindon and not see his family and stuff like that. And you know that he's a family man as well. And he just loves it up in Manchester. And obviously Salford have got a bit of money. They obviously give him a deal that he couldn't turn down. You know what I mean? And it's like the club is heading in a good direction. They've got good backing. That, you know, they've got the finances. Like, he can proper turn that club like and send them up again. And they're doing well again they're doing well this season as well. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they get promoted at all. Get off that.
Yeah, and then of course in comes current manager John Sheridan. I mean, how's he been like to play under?
Obviously, I've not really played under him that much. I've been injured, but you know, he's different to Richie. What are you laughing at?
You said that. Different. You said that in a way that he's completely different.
Yeah, he is different. Like I say, we don't. Richie was very tactical in the way that he wanted things to play, whereas the current gaffer sort of, he'll put ideas there and then just let you sort of get on with it. Do you know what I mean? So, but he inherited like a team that wanted to play. So sometimes he wants us to go long and things like that. Like sometimes I don't think we've got the players to do it, but I like him. I really like him. Richie sort of spoke to the players more, whereas our current manager sort of keeps himself separate a little bit more, which I don't mind, because I think when you're sort of like the hierarchy, like you shouldn't really, like, lads shouldn't be going in and having banter with him and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
But no, obviously it's two completely different sort of managers, but they both got their qualities.
Yeah, I mean, just from what you said there, the way Sheridan operates, would you say that, well, by the sounds of it, there's an added responsibility for yourselves as players, organising yourselves? Would you say that's a responsibility that you relish?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, like, obviously he doesn't just go, go on, get out there. Like, obviously, Tommy Wright's still there, and he was there while Richie was there. So, there's still that, like, sort of link. So yeah, obviously, lads like to go out and express themselves. Like, sometimes I thought Richie was trying to sort of dictate every pass, whereas like Sheridan kind of lets you sort of play what you see.
Yeah.
Right.
So I sort of prefer it, but
which is good, isn't it? That's good, isn't it? He allows players to make mistakes.
Yeah, that's it. So and he backs his team. He looks after his team, which I like. So he's definitely got good qualities.
Yeah, and then of course, talking about this season now in League One, how would you sum up the campaign so far?
Frustrating, really, because I think the squad that we've got, we should be a lot higher. We've conceded too many goals, like individual mistakes. We've not scored enough goals, or when we have scored goals, we've conceded more, obviously, and it's just a frustrating one. But we go out and we put in some really good performances, but not getting the results. And I'm sure that'll turn soon. And on a personal note, I just want to sort of I had an operation in like the summer during the lockdown, come back, ended up getting like a knock-on injury from trying to come back too soon. And then come back again, played too many games, done too much too soon, got another one. And I was just like, but like, I'm hoping to be back soon, and I'm just hoping to sort of get back in amongst it and play some more games and try and help us stay in the league.
Yeah, because obviously, Tom, it's been a season without the fans. We've spoken to a lot of guests that they feel that it's almost killed the season, really, and it's not the same without the fans. How are you finding it playing in the Football League without the fans at the moment?
Obviously, it's not what you want. You want that atmosphere, and you want fans in there, and like, no matter what anyone says, it's so much more of a buzz when you walk out the tunnel onto the pitch and the fans are there singing, clapping, and things like that. And like I say, that Oxford game, I think how unreal it would have been if the fans were there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would have just been so much better. It just makes it so it makes everything about football better. That's what football's about, the fans. And the sooner we get them back in, the better. But yeah, like you say, cool. What's it like playing?
Yeah.
I've played games where there's been like 20 people watching. You know what I mean? Like, I'll still play. I'll still give as much effort with fans there or without, but it just makes it better with fans in.
Do you think teams have changed their style of play without the fans this season? Because obviously, you'll notice. I've certainly noticed anyway that from games that I've watched, a lot more teams from where I've watched them previously might be kind of get it up to the striker because that's what the fans want. They're now trying to play a little bit more tactically and keep the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I remember a game I come on last season, and like obviously it was with fans in. And the first thing I did, I got the ball and I passed it back to the keeper, like, you know, get myself into the game, like someone was closing me down. And the fans were like, boo, like, and I was like, come on, like, just come on, like, let's get into it. So, and obviously because fans aren't in there to do that, like people don't mind like playing it around at the back a little bit more and things like that, but it becomes like you end up playing how you shouldn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think you're right, like in the sense that teams play differently. Sometimes it's for the better, I suppose.
Yeah, you mentioned it a minute ago, and this is gonna break Jacob's heart. His face is already smirking a little bit. You scored the equaliser for Swindon as they beat Oxford for the first time in, what was it, 20 years?
First time in my lifetime, that put it that way.
But we have seen the video as you walk out of the county ground of the fans obviously singing your name on your social media. Talk us through that game, that moment, and then the scenes after as well.
Okay, so obviously I played the Tuesday night game before that fixture, and I played quite well. We lost 1-0 to Lincoln, and it was only through like a goalkeeping error that they scored. And I played centre half, and I thought, there's no way that I can't not start on Saturday. And I was buzzing, like, big game. And I found out that I wasn't starting, and I was raging. And I thought, just keep my head, you know, anything can happen. I remember speaking to Noel Hunt, and he said, and he always says the same, and, you know, keep your head, anything. And I was just thinking, whatever, mate. Like, I'm fuming. Like, I wanted him to know that I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And then I sort of sulked a little bit on the bench and things like that. And then I said, warm up. And I remember Baudry got injured, and I was like, right, let's get warm. Centre half, I'm going to come on. And I didn't even come on then. And I was fuming. Like, they brought it right back on and shifted it about. And I was just like, what is going on? And I was raging even more. And I think about 60th minute, the gaffer's turned around and it's gone, get warm. And I was thinking, why are you going to bring a centre half on? We need a goal. Like, what's going on here? And then they go, you're going on up top. And my face lit up. I was grinning ear to ear. And I was like, come on then. Like joking about to the boys. I was like, come on, change the game. And they were like, what is going on? Like, bringing Brody on up top. And then he just said, go. Like, they were telling me what to do in that. And I remember saying to Mildy, the goalkeeper coach, I was like, I've never played up front. Like, what am I meant to do? Where he just said, right, when the ball's like at the right centre half, peel over to the other side for a diag. When it goes the other side, get on the right hand side for the diag, and just be a nuisance, win headers, and just put yourself about. So like, all right, I'll just go and run and just cause carnage. And it worked, didn't it? So, you know, like, the balls were going up, and obviously Oxford centre halves would try and win it. I'd be winning the headers. It got to a point where they wouldn't even challenge me for a header, which happened with the second goal. The ball's come up, and he's dropped off, and then I've just won the flick on. He's like, it's gone over him, and there's a bit of confusion at the back, and it's gone in. But with my goal, it was like, that actually just happened. Like, and it's just such a shame, like, fans weren't there. Look at his face while I'm telling it. He's
Fuming.
Yeah. But, yeah, and then, like you say, I sort of went back in the dressing room after, absolutely buzzing. Like, my social media was going nuts, like people calling me a hero and all that. And that's where it sort of sunk in. I was thinking,
yeah,
wow, this is massive. Because obviously, if fans were there, you'd sort of know it straight away. Got back to the ground. It's actually lucky because I was going to drive and meet at like the hotel for where we had pre-match. So I was going to get my car there and then go straight home. So if I'd have done that, the fans wouldn't even see me back at the county ground. So it's quite lucky, really. And then obviously they were all up there when the coach drove through, and I thought, I've got to a few of us sort of went up, to like say thanks and stuff like that, and they just started singing my name. It was mad. Like, obviously no one's really sung my name before, so it was nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully when they get back in, they sing it again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that must have been such a proud moment as well to do that and you probably realised that in that moment you was like, I've done something pretty big here.
Yeah, like obviously I sort of hooked it, and like just to see it go in that far corner and like just wrong foot the keeper and stuff. It was more like, I didn't think, wow, I've just scored. I was like, it was like everything stopped. I was like, what's happened? The boy, I was trying to run off and celebrate, and everyone was just on me.
You do realise, like, I'm trying to get you to tell this more and more in depth to annoy.
Yeah, he's raging down there, isn't he? He's raging. Look,
it'll be another 20 years before you beat us again. Don't worry.
Oh, we'll see. But I remember still being on, and I was blowing. Obviously, I've not been back from injury too long, and I was in a different position, and I was just running around like a madman. Like, I was blowing, and there was a couple of times that Oxford went on the attack, and I was like, just blow the whistle, man. Like, 1-1, like, I've come on, I've scored a goal, like. And then obviously, like, last couple of minutes, what was it like? What minute was it that we scored?
Oh. Too far into injury time.
It was like the 95th minute or something like that. Yeah. And after that, I was just like, oh my God, like, I still think it was my goal as well, to be honest with you. But that was just like the icing on the cake, and then everyone was buzzing around the dressing room and stuff after. But yeah, it's definitely one of the best moments in a Swindon shirt.
Yeah, brilliant. I think you're overdue a win at some point. You know, seeing Maguire or Rob Hall, you know, embarrass Swindon in the past. Yeah, it was always good. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Till next time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.